Good morning. It's Thursday here in Cypress, Texas. This morning I'm reading chapter 18 of Matthew. This is really interesting. And so the disciples are wanting to know, who's going to be the greatest in the kingdom. And they're talking about themselves, which one of them. They want Christ to tell them, who's doing better than the other one, right? And they don't get it. He takes this child and he puts him on his lap, and that was Ignatius. And Ignatius later became one of the founders of the library in Alexandria, along with the Virgin. And he was a disciple of John the Revelator. John the wrote Revelations, right? And then Christ goes on and talks, about the shepherd that leaves the 99 to go find the one. He's talking about, you got to be like a child, and then whoever's the greatest servant, who does the best job at serving the others will be the greatest. Okay, and the pastor at the Met Church was talking about heaven. Everybody, the story about the guy goes to heaven and he says, or he dies and they show him hell, and people have these super long spoons, and they can't feed themselves because the spoons are too long. And then heaven is where they're using the same spoons, but they're feeding each other with those spoons. And that was interesting. But what I've learned, and then the disciples don't get, and most people don't get, is heaven is in your mind. Okay? And whoever's the kingdom, whoever's a ruler of their own mind, that's the kingdom of heaven. Okay? And we can do with our minds significantly more than we do, all right? But we aren't trying to. We aren't accessing it properly. And we're not feeding it right either. We're not. Oh my gosh. I read the whole Bible, cover to cover, like 16 times, right? And then I learned about the symbolism and the Paleo Hebrew and overload, gave myself an overload, right? But now that, because I know this and I understand this stuff, and when I read the Bible, when I read the scriptures, it means something more to me. I get a clearer understanding of what Christ is talking about, like I did this morning. All right, have a good day.